Girl. Hello and welcome to another episode of
Sipping on Love,
where you have your beautiful host, me, Derry.
and then the extraordinary, absolutely amazing Anthony. You're welcome.
And we're here to see how you're doing today, since you're so amazing.
I mean, we got you. You're simply seductively sexy self. How are you doing?
Great.
I'm fabulous.
I was going to say that next.
You so bad.
Well, you interrupted me, so you took the words out of my mouth. So that's how that worked out.
So how you feel?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But it's okay.
I know it is.
I can share the stage.
You have to.
That part.
This ain't a one-man show no more, boogie.
Well, how has your week been? Ooh, that exhale. I felt
It was a pretty good week, honestly. Like, a lot of growth, a lot of showing up and showing out, a lot of being a bad bitch and that nigga.
Okay.
A lot of loving on my man and my man loving on me. A lot of ooh, can't you see?
Girl.
That's it, that's all.
Okay.
How about you? How was your week?
Energized. I'm overworked and underpaid, but
Yeah.
I feel good. You know, I can't change what they say. What's that quote?
What quote?
The one where you have to
Oh, sorry.
when you have to recognize the things that you can change.
Oh, the Serenity Prayer.
How's it go? You know how it goes?
The gist of it, accepting the things that I can change, accepting the things that I cannot. No, give me the will to change that I can, accepting things that I cannot, something. Basically being okay.
And knowing the difference between the both.
That too. See?
Right,
I knew it
all
was
that.
just...
Yeah, that's how I feel all that. All that, you know. So some things I recognize I cannot change.
Yeah, that you cannot change. And then there's some things that you can.
I'm going to accept the things that I cannot change.
Mm-hmm.
Focus on the things that I can change.
Mm-hmm.
And then distinguishing between the two, I guess. I don't know. That's how I'm feeling. So, you want to go with your I love yous?
Actually, you can go with your I love you first because I started last time. I remember because I'm that good.
They don't know.
I do.
You don't know.
Things matter.
I love you.
I know you do. Tell me more.
Tell me more. Tell me more. Tell me, does he drive a car? Get some oil on you. Y'all don't know grease.
Oil on you.
Some oil on you.
I thought you were about to target that to be as like, hey, my man needs to put some oil on his crevices so can, but...
No, you actually been doing good.
I know.
You've been doing good. I'm so proud of you.
Thank you.
Yes.
Someone had to get me right. Thank you.
Now, I have to work on my chapter. I'm gonna be honest.
I ain't complaining because I get them wet.
So, I love you.
Yes.
I love you. But can you not get upset, discouraged on a kerfuffle when I don't? Because I'm very indecisive, y'all, and I can't choose, and I don't have a taste for anything, and I feel like we just need to create new animals at this point because we've had them all. We
don't want genetic modified organisms.
I don't mind.
We're good.
He's speaking for self.
I'm the one that has the cookie. We're good.
But he's good.
We're good.
I don't mind.
I received that, but I also cannot promise to commit to that because I'm tired of always making decisions all day at work and then having to come home. Even though it's something as simple as food, yes, but it's just like I too at times like have no inspiration, I have no ideas. It's like, what drop it in your brain? Like anything, give me something. Like, unfortunately, yeah, sometimes like, yeah, I don't want that. But it's a start.
TikTok, YouTube.
I do. But you can. Yeah, but I'm just asking you because you too also find your moments of inspiration and those things that it's like, oh, I'm going to share that with hubby later on. And granted, we know you tend to forget, but like, I ask those questions to maybe spark and reminders. Like, oh, I saw this one thing, and you know, I'm holding space for you.
It requires us to have the ingredients for it.
They don't. I don't need you to worry about all that. I don't need you to worry about it. But if I'm asking you, that's initiating and communicating that I do have the energy. I just need to know what it is.
Well, one, I'm not thinking about those things at the moment.
Well, I'm telling you now.
I don't. One, I'm not thinking about those things that I bookmarked.
Mm-hmm.
And two, I'm over everything. So it can be up to you. What do you feel like?
You know my favorite answer all the time has been yays. But you always want to be playing and being selfish, talking about we ain't got no more in the store. It's like, this is natural. It's always providing. What are you talking about?
Girl, go with your I love you.
I love you. You know I do.
As you should.
I love you. You know I do. Yeah, all that. Tell me, like, what you be wanting, like, what you want to happen, like, and I mean, I think it's very fitting because, like, it's on this topic of what we're talking about today. Like, sometimes I think you, like, hold back a bit because maybe my response or, like, how I might react, well, response to react, same thing, or, like, if I'm not able to do it the way that you want it done without giving too much. Mm-hmm. And that's it. That's all I have to say. I still love you, though, because I enjoy the journey. I'm here for the journey.
Don't we know it? But don't I know it? What are you sipping on?
We are sipping on a sparkling tequila sunrise. And there's just a whole bunch of layers of goodness. And
looking at that, what is
so we have Grenadine Tequila Gold, 1800. Pineapple juice. It's a little translucent. And then you top it off with champagne. So yeah.
I can really taste this tequila.
I haven't tasted tequila yet. I can smell the tequila. I taste the champagne. The champagne. And there's a maraschino cherry. And, for garnish and to soak up the liquor.
Bro, because that tequila is hitting. Right. Let me shake it up a little bit, maybe. I wish I had stirred it up a little bit.
Ooh, okay. Now I'm in the tequila now. That's a nice blend. Like that champagne with the hint of pineapple smoothing you into the tequila, the tequila. Real Caillou. Mm-hmm. He don't like it like that because he could probably taste the liquor heavy. It's okay. Well, it's just gonna put a little hair on his chest. It'll be okay. So question?
Tell me what you. With this topic, we're gonna talk about kinks today.
Kinks.
What's your flavor?
Tell me what's your vanilla with sprinkles and a little bit of butter pecan with caramel syrup on top. That.
I was going with the Mulillium or like the cookies and cream.
The who?
Millennium?
Neapolitan?
No, the Millennium. Well, it has the chocolate and caramel and the pecan.
Have I?
Yeah.
I never heard it to be known as Millennium.
Yeah, it's Moose.
I thought it was Moose Tracks.
No,
I've never seen Millennium on any of the packaging that you've got. That's what
I'll show you. Yeah, so we're talking about Kinks, our flavors. So, with our game, we're going to be talking about turn on, turn off, or turn around.
Interesting.
So, I'm going to list some kinks out. You're going to say if it's a turn on or a turn off. The turn around is if you need more clarity on what it is. Okay. Want to explain.
Or like if there's a curiosity.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Explain.
Received. All right, I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm not Betty, but I'm ready.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
I am ready. BDSM.
I'm going to say turn around because there is curiosity. I just don't know where to start. And then also, like, I have a little nervousness with it.
So you want me to explain a little bit more?
I know what it is. Like I said, I have curiosity in it. I just don't. I don't know where to start with that because I don't be knowing my own strength, and I'm trying to be leaving marks and stuff.
Sadism and what's this one? Masochism. Masochism.
Turn off.
Is it turn off? Yeah, it's a turn off. Ropes and bondage.
I would say turn around. There's curiosity, only because there's curiosity. Like, who being tied up?
Turn on.
Oh.
Praise Kink.
Oh, hell yeah, turn on. Talk to me. Tell me I'm doing a fucking good job. Let me know. Call me Big Daddy. Like, all those things. Like, yes. Let me, cheer me, help me, cheer me up.
I guess it's the turnaround for me. Breath play.
The fuck is that? Turn off. What? Your breath better be good?
Breath play in BDSM is a consensual sexual act restricting one's oxygen to intensify an erotic experience.
Oh. So choking.
Yeah. That's one of them.
They call that breath. That's unique that it's called breath play.
Because there's other things that can go into that.
Oh, like gagging you with a dick? Like, no, that's wrong. What? I went the wrong. Okay, sorry. Keep going.
Oh.
Keep going. I mean, I don't know why it's taking me so long to give an answer, but yeah, it is a turn on, but it don't happen. So it hasn't happened for me. So yeah.
Bukkake.
Remind me again of what that is.
Bukkake in Japanese literally means to splash with liquids. However, in porn, it is a group sex film in which several men ejaculate on someone. As in a circle jerk.
Turn off.
I like watching, but I don't like to participate. Yeah. Felching.
Sorry.
Felching refers to licking, sucking, or eating semen out of someone's anus.
No. Turn off.
Turn off. Curious, but it's a turn off. Consensual non-consent.
What does that mean? Like, yeah.
Such as fantasy rape play in which the submissive or bottom has a fantasy of being taken against their will. Consent is still given, but the details of when, where, and what would transpire may be kept from them so they can enjoy the element of surprise, suspense, or perceived danger.
I'm torn with that because I understand the play of it.
Right.
But I get concerned out of really being able to delineate consent and non-consent. You know what I mean?
I think you like dominance more than this. Because at least with dominance, you know this is what they want. You know they want you to be aggressive. They want you to do these things. With this, it's almost like they're pretending to be taken advantage of, and you get like a kick out of them not wanting it.
Yeah, no, I don't get it. No, because that's not fun. No, ill. Not ill. I'm sorry. I sincerely apologize. Not yucking anyone yum.
Right.
That's not for me.
So that's why I said I think that's why you were getting confused. Cuckolding.
Remind me again.
That's when your partner wants to watch someone have sex with you.
No.
Okay.
But no.
Story time another time for that.
What the fuck? Hold up. Turn on, turn off, or turn around.
But the story time was not because of us. No.
I'm speaking specifically on right now where I presently am. No, I don't want to see my partner having sex with another person.
Right.
The fuck? No, because the only person that you need to be thinking about having sex with is me. Yes, I'm a little selfish and rather extremely territorial when it comes to that, but mine is mine.
Right. Fisting.
No, that shit need to be tight. You need to have some grip, something, shit.
So like I'm loose. Loose is a goose. Don't get them started.
You asked about mine.
Oh, yeah, true. Friday.
You didn't answer the question.
I said no. I said no. Turn off. I said turn off. Yeah.
This Drake going fast.
No.
What is Friday?
Friday.
Yeah, see,
It's when two men rub their penises together to achieve.
No, because what is that? Like, that's fucking teasing me. Stop playing with me. Like, now, granted, I'll do like the whole dry humping thing. Like, let me, because that specifically said rubbing their things together. Let me finish what I was saying. What I'm saying is, I'll do the dry humping of like, yeah, like you in front of me, your ass on my dick, and we doing that. I think I can rock with that for a little bit every so often, but the dick's still going in. Just it's fucking teasing and shit. But yeah.
Turn on. Humiliation.
No. Turn off.
Role play.
Actually, yes. Turn on.
Europhilia. Or in other terms, golden shower.
That is, I won't say it's a turn off because I don't want the intentional act of you pissing on me, but I understand in sex there are instances that shit happens. Well, not that shit, but piss happens. And you might get a little sprinkle like on me because it's that good, or it happens on the bed. Like, I get that, but not intentionally me or you pissing on each other. I don't know. No.
Turn off. Voyeurism.
Yeah, through porn.
Turn on. Dirty talk.
Hell yeah, turn on.
Turn on. Orgasm control. Or quote unquote edging.
Turn on, I can get with it.
Turn on. So in any of those was a time where you sensed judgment, where you judged it a little?
Any of the kinks that you presented? Definitely in the dominance area where you clarified with that piece.
With the non-consent, consent?
To an extent, yeah. But when we look at that, it's like, for me, I'm heavy on don't introduce me to a vibe that you can't maintain. So if this is something that you say that you like in all that dirty talk, yeah, do this to me. Words mean things, and words are actionable. And so when you're saying that, like, this is what you want to happen, I'm remembering that. So then when I perform that act, and you give a whoa, he wasn't ready. I have a problem with that. So, yeah, like.
Well, sometimes people aren't ready. And they thought it was something that they liked, but maybe they learned that they didn't.
Received. And it's still, it goes back to communication. I'll stop there.
Mm-hmm. And what I was also going to say was, for my Law and Order girls out there, SVU,
mm-hmm.
That was actually the episode where this judge had raped a girl because he was on a website where they expressed the type of kinks that they liked, and it was this type of kink.
Mm-hmm.
And so he did it in front of, and it was at a place. This is this secluded place where like only a select group of people go to, and you have sex in front of other people. So he raped her in front of a whole bunch of people, but they all were like thinking that this was consensual,
right?
And come to find out, just to fast forward the whole episode, that somebody posed as the girl online, saying that this is the kind of stuff that they like, and so he went in fulfilling the fantasy that was given to him
from another person, from
online.
Yeah.
And he thinking that this is the same person that he's having sex with, when in actuality it was somebody else who hacked into their profile and set that whole thing up.
Wow.
So I'm going to say, with that notion, just make sure you're creating safe words. When you're doing stuff like that, create safe words. And again, also communicate. But that was our little game for right there. So yeah, so we're gonna go into our little kinky conversation. And so I want to just kick it off with
and cocktail.
So I want to kick it off with, what are your kinks? And what are some kinks that you're curious about?
I mean, the game kind of presented it already. Definitely dominance. Like I love submission. Like, at least in the bedroom. Like, you could be the boss and all the things in your world and in your life. But in the bedroom, like, just let me do what I need to do. Like, yes, be an active participant, but second thing was definitely like the role play. I like that. I mean, I had experience in theater, like so. Yeah, arousal. But like, I think I know I get in my head a bit about role plays. Like, am I doing too much? Am I doing too little? Like, is it feeling like you think about it too much? And then that's what like I kind of retreated from that. Because of me more than anything. I am curious in exploring the BDSM and then the whole bondage thing. Yeah, those would be some of the immediates that come to mind for me. How about you?
Well, before I answer that, how did you know that you were interested in those things?
Either seeing it on porn or having little experiences of it in those heated fellowships. That was like, oh, that was different. I think I liked it. So it's either have been exposed to it through observation or presented to it, like introduced to it.
Okay. Mine would be, I guess, the breath play. That's the slapping, spanking, slapping, dominance, maybe, I guess.
But no, when you say that,
I like to be dominant as well. My man knows that we both like to be dominant. We both do. I like to move how I move. I like to control certain situations. And I, like I said, from voyeurism was one for sure. For sure. I know in my younger days, for sure. And then also, like, I don't know what it's called, where you like to just watch from a distance.
voyeurism.
Yeah, no. So which one is the one? So is it exhibitionism where you like to do it?
Yeah.
In public?
Yeah.
I thought voyeurism was like, you like to...
You just like to watch. Voyeur, you're looking.
Voyeur and like touch. No? Engage? No? Okay, so with the exhibitionism, where I like to do that. But that and the voyeurism.
Okay.
Watch from a distance. And I knew that because, again, through porn. And then when you was living in the household that I was living in, you don't have a car either, you're going to find somewhere to make a way. Somewhere, whether it's in a parking lot somewhere, whether it's behind a bush, whether it is at work, you're going to find somewhere to do it.
Indeed. So, you already talked about how you discovered them. What are your heart limits and things you absolutely don't want to try?
Anything with liquids, bodily fluids outside of saliva. Okay, so semen, yes, but and no blood. Yeah.
So even if you accidentally cause urination, that would be like, all right, we're done.
It's not like we're done, but it's just like I don't want to partake in that type of, activity of like peeing on me. Or I'm not gonna like keep hitting that same spot for you to continue to pee again. No.
Okay. Okay.
No. Because everybody's diet is different. So
but they know their body.
Some people's urine is a little strong. Yeah. What about you?
It's definitely, it'll be the same, the bodily fluids. I don't like the rape play. I can't get into that. I just it's a security thing for me. I think that's really it. And then also like transparently, just nothing that's going to risk my livelihood. Like, so if the exhibitionism happens, we gotta be crafty and real sneaky. Like, we gotta know.
Yeah. I think the other thing, like the BDSM with like the whips and the chains and stuff, like, no. That's the instant turn off. I'm turned off by that. No. Hell no. That race play, hell no.
Where you going?
I saw wax play, anything with food, vomit, all that stuff.
Well, no. You say no food, but I said because you say no food, but like syrups are too a food.
Well, yeah, I like food, but like I mean, like
I get what you're saying though. Like,
yeah,
full out like that. The 8 nachos, no, baby.
Yeah,
wash your mouth.
Yeah, no.
Gargle a little bit.
That part. So that's how I'm like those things hard nose. Not judging either. So let's talk about like what. So I want to say first what a kink is, and then I want us to discuss like why is there shame around kinks.
Absolutely.
So technically, what they consider a kink to be is let me see. Basically anything outside the normal of like regular sex. So any type of sexual behavior outside of normal sex. And normal sex is the vanilla sex of just regular missionary doggy style,
But the receive.
Therapists.
Great, because I have some responses and rebuttals.
Okay. That's what I say. Okay, let me see if I can get this other definition. So it said, a kink is any kind of non-conformist erotic interest, from fetishes to BDSM and alternatives, non-mainstream sex interests. So yeah, anything non-traditional.
But okay, right, great. But so now it comes down to the question of like, why is there shame attached to kinks? How we sit up here categorizing something when we barely talk about sex as it is.
Okay.
So it's like, how can you say what's mainstream, what's common, what's normal, what's regular, when we don't even talk about sex on a regular basis? So follow with me and then let me hold your hand as we take this walk. Because immediately when you talked about that, I was just like, well, wait, like how are we like using words of normal, regular, non-conformist, like shit like that is making it seem like there's only one way to have sex.
Pause. Because I was saying, no, keep going.
It's making it seem like there's only one way to have sex. And that is because we don't talk about it because it seems so taboo. So when we talk about anything beyond the typical positions of penetration or engagement or sexual intercourse, like anything beyond that, anything extra that you do before, during, or after, oh my God, what is that? Because we don't talk about it. So that's why that is my answer to the question. It's connected to shame because lack of communication, lack of education, and lack of experience.
So that's what I was going to say. I feel shame is attached to it due to the stigma around sex. Agreeing with that. Social norms. I don't want to say ignorance, but it's just like I'm gonna just say lack of education. Or say perspective. People's perspective. So when it comes to the stigma around sex, you have the older generation who just don't talk about sex. And they say you don't have sex until you're married. So you honestly don't even know what you're doing. So all you know is sticking something into something. Literally, that's
and then the explosion's supposed to happen.
And something's supposed to happen, and your first time is rough, and then you learn as you go. And so that's why it becomes an issue when a lot of people use porn as a reference, because then they think this is what sex is supposed to be and how it's supposed to look, and they try to implement that into their regular sex life, and it just sometimes it doesn't work out. Sometimes it does, and sometimes it doesn't. It's what's best for you and your partner. So the lack of the sex talk. Social norms, I feel like a lot of people have made it, even through porn, you're aware of the most popular sex positions. Like I said, missionary, doggy style, cowgirl, reverse cow. It's the same. So when you see that repeatedly, you know that this is kind of the normal positions. So, and it's like, okay, this is what we're supposed to be doing. If we decide to branch out of that, then it is considered like risque.
Yeah.
A little freaky. And so these things are also supposed to happen within your bedroom. So that's the other thing. You're supposed to keep these things private. So it's out of the norm for you to do it, car play, having car sex, to do it out in the park, to do it with multiple people, to do it in front of other people. Those things are outside the norm because you're supposed to. Sex is already taboo to talk about. You're supposed to keep it private. So the fact that you're even recording it or taking pictures is also another thing. So I think it's shame is because of those social norms of if you stem outside of that kind of issue, you're kind of looked at as a little risque and a little freaky. And some people, I'm gonna say people are your biggest critics if it reaches the internet. Because that's where the loudest, like the negative voices are the loudest voices. So they're gonna spew all the internal insecurities or the shame that they have. They're gonna project it onto you and project it into the world. And you're reading that, knowing that you're interested in this thing, you're gonna be like, "Ooh, wait." You're gonna be a little bit more hesitant because you're going like, wait a minute. Am I supposed to? Should I be engaging? Because those negative voices are typically the loudest.
So
Go ahead. And so then my last thing is, I feel like it's just perspective. I feel like the horny you and the regular, confined, relaxed you are two different people. And I feel like, when you're a little bit more relaxed and around and more cognizant of like your surroundings and stuff like that, sometimes people aren't as open as to doing certain things. But if you're aroused, if there's a person of interest that might want to try something or might give you, or if there's liquid courage and, somebody kind of, say, hey, I want to try something, and you're willing to participate because either you're attracted to this person, or maybe it's been in the back of your mind and you wanted to try it, but you've never had the balls to try it. And now that you have the liquid or drugs to help loosen you up, I think that horny side is going to give you a different perspective and a different set of courage to try things. I think it's all within vulnerability. Vulnerability has a lot to do with it. If you feel vulnerable enough to put your trust in this person that, hey, I don't feel judged for doing this because we're both going to commit to this. We're both going to try this, whatever. I think that's what the perspective stance comes in of, hey, I'm willing to try this because I'm vulnerable enough with you. And I trust you that we're going to share this experience together and both not feel judged.
I receive, and I lift up some considerations as well, because when you talked about the tabooism of talking about sex and the older generations, it's just like y'all playing in our face, because the older generations, Generation X and the boomers, y'all can't sit up here and try to be so tight and bloused when y'all had 15, 11 kids. So where were they coming from? It's not like y'all were going out on the street and finding random kids and say, yeah, you part of the Johnsons and Joneses now. Like, no. Y'all was fucking. Like, and unprotected at that. Like, and so that's where I always find the contradiction in this, in the conversation about sex and kinks. Because it's like, we don't talk about it, but we know it's happening because you always pregnant. And y'all got 50, 11 kids. So something's happening. And if we don't have a conversation about it, like, what are we really leaving open for interpretation? What are we leaving open? Like, what are we doing? What are we leaving that's unresolved? I guess you could say. I know it's probably not the best questioning or rationale, but
can I answer that?
Yeah.
I was going to say that what I do appreciate, I think the difference is, I think back then they didn't talk about sex with anybody, not even their friends. I think what I can appreciate about our generation, for the millennials, what I can appreciate about our generation, we're comfortable having the sex talks with our friends. Like, girl, let me tell you what happened last night. This nigga broke my back. I did this, did that. You know, he had my nigga. You know, we're comfortable to express like what we like and what we don't like to our friends. And even through communicating through hookups, I'm pretty sure y'all had conversations of, ooh, I want you to do this to me, and I want you to do that to me. Or if somebody says, ooh, I want to do this, do that, you know, we're more vocal about the things that we like to do. Now, I don't know if people discuss the things that they don't like to do, but I know people discuss the things that they like to do sexually with other people in this generation for sure. And if there's a problem, people who are in relationships and they're lacking that sexual intimacy, or they trying to figure out what else that I can do to please, they feel comfortable going to their friends and being like, girl, what is it that I can do to make this nigga, you know, howl to the moon, you know?
And so there's a lot of pieces that come to mind with this. And I wanted to lift one of the articles that we had, the body, and there's a subsect. And so the overall topic is talking about how kink can be used to help your mental health. And then specifically, there's a subsection that talks about BDSM and kink can improve your overall mental wellness. So, and it states specifically, kink, when done the way one wants to do it or have it done to them, can give you those feel-good endorphins and release stressful cortisol hormones. Spark says, a good scene, sexual moment or heated fellowship, can be therapeutic in your relationship with your partner as you learn to build trust with each other. Knowing that you're dominant, the person that's in control, will, in the end, have your best interest in mind. It improves your communication skills. It improves your communication skills. It improves your communication skills as both the dominant and the submissive learn to use their words, to be open and honest about their kinks. So in that, connected to exactly what you just stated, the younger generation is far more open and comfortable with using the words of exactly what it is that they want to experience. Because and that's where I know my kink for dominance comes from. Because I want what I want when I want it. And I'm very clear of what I want.
And I think they was highlighting especially specifically BDSM, because with BDSM it's a lot of communication. Like, you like that, say you like this, or tell me you want this, or how do you like this? It's like it should be the same way with sex in general. Absolutely. Even with regular sex. Yes. Are you okay? How does this feel? Do I need to move a little bit? Do we need to readjust? Do we need to try a different position? I feel like kinks help bring out kinks because they're kinks and they're outside the traditional. You need to communicate to make sure that the other person is comfortable in this new position. And when I say position, I mean in this new discovery of the kink. But we should still be having these conversations within the vanilla sex.
So I have a question that's not a question that we already prescribed. So what happens when what's seen as quote unquote a kink becomes associated and merged into your actual consistent sexual practice with your partner? Is it still a kink, or does it just become your quote unquote regular sex?
I think it's still a kink that you just incorporated in your regular sex. Because let's just say you and your partner are no longer together, you're going to carry that kink over to the next relationship. And so
I would think so, because if that's how you have sex, that's how you have sex.
But the thing is, you may have that kink, because I feel like that can lead into our next discussion. Mm-hmm. You may have this kink, but that person, that's like a no. That's their limit no. So this is no longer incorporated in your regular sex.
So let's go to the next question.
So then the next one was, how do you communicate your kinks with your partner? And what if your partner says no, does not want to engage? And so that's what I'm saying. Okay. I was listening to T.S. Madison on Fact Talk. Love my girl down.
Love her too.
They were saying that you need to bring all of you into the bedroom.
Yeah.
So whatever you like, whether it's kinky, whether it's a kink, a fetish, outrageous, you need to bring all of that to the bedroom and let them know this is what I like. Whether you can do it or not for me, I'm letting you know this is what I like. Mm-hmm. And you let your partner decide if this is something they want to engage in or not. Now, how y'all have that conversation
is up to you.
Is really up to you. And there's no right or wrong to how they respond. All I just know is if they say they do not, like this is a off limits, I do not want to do this, then you have to respect that. Mm-hmm. Because I feel like relationships is a give and take anyway. Mm-hmm. So if that's not something that they feel comfortable with, that's fine. Let's see what else that they like that we can both engage in. So something that we both find pleasure from, or maybe we can try something new together. You know, so let's try to veer off that conversation of, okay, this is a hard no, but let's see what else we can do.
Right.
Don't try to push the boundaries. Don't try to pressure that person into doing this. And if this is like a kink that you like need fulfilled, then you need to have the conversation of, okay, babe, well, is it okay if I get a hall pass or somebody, you know, that we both trust that can fulfill this kink? Or we're just not sexually compatible and we just no longer need to be together. I feel like that's pushing it, but if that kink specifically is very important to you and you know that this is something that you need, I just feel like at that point y'all are not sexually compatible if they don't agree to allowing you to deal with somebody.
If there's no compromise to accommodate. Yeah. Yes. I echo the same of really what you stated, what the podcast with T.S. Madison, Craig Stewart with Fact Talk said about bringing your full self, because again, you're bringing your full self into the relationship. Why should you stop at the bedroom door? Mm-hmm. Because that's also the most intimate and the most vulnerable state that you will ever be in a relationship or any type of connection. So I agree. It's like communicating, and like I said before, I want what I want when I want it. I know what I want, and I can only, and specifically, well, several instances, but the most freshest is my relationship with you. Like when I made it, not even made it clear, when I told you like, this is what I like, this is what I like to do, this is the frequency, this is the things, and blah 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 blah, and and to some of those things, you just had a hard no, and I was like, okay, and again, let me cook. And so it's like, let's call it the thing. You're being vulnerable before the penetration even asks. You're revealing those secret spots of you that no one really knows unless they've had sex with you. Mm-hmm. So I definitely understand the angst, the discomfort that it causes, but it's so necessary and it's so vital. And so coming back to what happens if there isn't engagement, you have three pathways to take. One, like my man said, y'all just aren't compatible. Cut it off, chop and screw, keep it moving. Two, you can find compromise. You can find out okay, if you're not willing to go all out with this, well, what is it that you like that maybe we can find some way to merge? Be reminded, your relationship is y'all's. No one else gets to define what that is, what that looks like, what that experience will be. Platonically in the intimacy and the interactions, and then also sexually in that intimacy and vulnerability. And then the third, I would say is you just have to grow.
So like,
no, I would say grow to like it. Like I go back to even my own development. Like when I say the notion of I want what I want when I want it, I had to grow out of that because I'm not going to get what I want when I want as I want it every single time.
I think my question is for the people. Okay, so you know how we have the perspective that, well, we should have the perspective that we don't own anybody.
Absolutely.
We don't own their bodies, and if they decide to do anything outside of you, that doesn't mean, I feel like that doesn't mean that they're a bad person. It just means that they're getting what fulfills them. You know, so maybe selfish, but not a bad person.
Well, it is selfish if it's done surreptitiously.
I say they're selfish, but not a bad person.
Well, we're saying the same thing. It is selfish if you're doing it sneakily.
Right. Well, yeah.
Yeah, that's the only time it's selfish. If you are going behind your partner's back and doing it. But if it's been communicated and there's been...
Well, that's what I was getting to. A lot of people, it's assumed that cheating is just like
physical.
No, that cheating is just like a hard breakup. Like it's just a hard boundary that we're breaking up after this. But it's never really... A lot of people don't communicate that. Mm. They just go on throughout the relationship and they just expect that men don't cheat or females don't cheat and that they're in love, you know, and that their relationship is just going to flow. You know,
I'm staying with you, but
stay with me. Because a lot of people do think that. They don't think that they're going to be cheating on.
They think that with their partner.
Yeah, with their partner that they're not going to be
with
cheating
that particular situation. Because but I'm inserting myself. Sorry, go ahead.
People think that in their relationship they're not going to be cheated on, and that they're both in love, and that everything's going to be fairy tales and roses. So with that said, like I said, we should have the perspective that we don't own people. A lot of people don't have the conversation about their hard boundaries. So how do we navigate when a person does decide that this is because some people, they know that this kink is something like way out of the norm. So let's just say like, give me something like the piss play. Let's just say piss play. Golden showers. They know for sure, or they expect that their girlfriend is not going to be for this.
Mm-hmm.
So they're going to go find somebody else to do this with. And just not tell their girlfriend. They don't really care about the sex part, even though that may be included, but they're really there for that kink. So it's like, how do we have that conversation? And is there a healthy way to have this conversation without breaking up?
I think it depends on how things play out. If you went ahead and did it, got found out, or you came back and shared, you just got to be prepared for some hard conversations because you violated trust. Mm-hmm. Like that, you violated trust. You pause, period, done there. The second piece, I think, is in those same spaces, it's like, say you know that you're not being fulfilled and you've been like trying to accommodate, trying to compromise, and it's just not working. This is a great space to like start segueing and having those conversations. Hey, everything is beautiful. This is great experience, great. However, I'm lacking this.
Right.
And don't just bring a problem, also render a solution.
Mm-hmm.
What I would say is render solutions that I always operate, I don't know why, but 2 to 3 different options or solutions. One that is centered around healing, reconciling, compromising within the relationship, that somehow we're able to make something work. 2, shifting in the hall pass or third party, whatever, because I don't know, because every kink is going to be different.
Yeah.
And then 3, could be something that, I don't know. It could be something total. That's why I said 2 to 3, because sometimes we just get to those 2, which is the base, something that can help us grow as a couple and keep it within the relationship.
Mm-hmm.
And then the second could be the common, which is the common, the hall pass, the leniency, the understanding. Go do what you need to do for you. Boom. And then I only give 3. I only said 2 to 3 because the third, someone might, hell, the opposing partner might have a suggestion because they too might have been thinking about it. Mm. So that's my thing to communicating it, as well as like responding, but then also in preparation of like those really, really tough conversations when you do come to those forks in the road of what are we going to do? Mm-hmm. Because let's call a thing. There are some people that, yes, sex, intimacy, vulnerability is very, very important to them in a relationship, while others, it's more of the acts of service. It's the quality time. It's the, bitch, do we have stability? Like, everyone engages in relationships for different reasons, and that's why, again, it's important before you even get to the physicality. But again, some of us like to test the equipment before we commit. Mm-hmm. Like, you know, however you do your thing, there still has to be really clear of why are we here? Why are we together? And what is it that we're trying to gain out of this through the relationship, and then also the physicality of the relationship. So that's all.
Okay. That's just, because I just felt like it's just, I think it's just on a person to person basis. Mm-hmm. And like you said, if you decide to do something, it's just, you have to accept whatever consequences that come with, repercussions that come with, because you decided to say you're committed to something and then step outside of that commitment to fulfill your own personal satisfaction and then hop back into the commitment. And I don't think that's how relationships typically work. You honestly do have to communicate. I think that's why polygamy and those things kind of work out, because those people discuss like what it is that we want from this relationship. The balances, the expectations. Yes. So I think that's why that works. Or the cuckold, that works because both parties are willing to participate with that third person, or the threesome. You know, yes. So, or the swingers. I think those all work because of back to our C word.
Communication.
Because they communicate and they're being vulnerable enough to express what it is that we like. And if your partner is willing to work with that, that's fine. Like I said, find alternatives if they don't. And if there's nothing that y'all can compromise on, then y'all are just not sexually compatible. I think people just get so selfish in trying to hold on to that person. And hold on to this ideal of what a relationship looks like, because outside of this one thing, everything else is perfect. Mm-hmm. And it's just like, but this is going to continue to be a problem, and it's going to bleed into your relationship because that person is going to become unhappy, and then eventually either they're going to step out or they're going to just leave.
But the only thing I have to that, and then I'm going to ask the next question, is like with that thought and understanding that it could be that one thing, and then you're just chopping it up to being sexually incompatible. I also raised the question for personal reflection and growth. If everything else is right and one thing is the deal breaker, make sure you understand why it's the deal breaker. Mm-hmm. Don't just say, well, because this isn't happening my way, which puts us in our self-defense, our self-centered stance. Like, make sure you understand why we're there. How did we even get there? Where did that understanding...
Well, you slipped and fell in. So that's how we got here.
I thought you was nice away. To the same, but beyond that, when we're talking about the kinks that we like, that could be the hang-ups, you got to be reminded of like when that is the only thing, the deal breaker, understand why is it a deal breaker. And then also challenge yourself and make sure, have you communicated that to your partner? Because a lot of times we just say, I like this, but there's no explanation or context as to why we like the things that we like.
Yeah, that is true, because certain traumas, certain experiences do contribute to why you like certain things. Yeah, certain things you like.
And so with that, so say we've gotten past the piece of we've introduced our full selves in the bedroom, and we are in alignment with our partner, and we are moving forward and experimenting and implementing and incorporating these kinks.
Mm-hmm.
How do you want to check in with each other during and after, before, during, and after kink activities? I added the before part because even though we had the conversation, there's still, I feel, a preliminary before conversation before we actually engage in the act.
Well, I think like us stating throughout this whole conversation that telling your partner what it is that you like.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all both sharing what is it that we like to do that we would like to do with one another or to be done to us.
Mm-hmm.
That is sexually satisfying. During, like we said, and also before, if it's something like BDSM or some type of dominance, making sure that you create a safe word so y'all can communicate that this is too much. Because then with the non-sexual,
mm-hmm.
non-consent one, that's a whole different thing. So I don't know if you want to create a safe word for that. You might want to create a safe word because saying, I don't like this and this is too much, that might be feeding into the fantasy.
Mm-hmm.
So I think creating a safe word before you start. I like with kinks and like I said with traditional, always just checking in. Are you okay? Does this feel good? Do I need to stop? This, that, and the third. And then if the person utilizing the safe word, making sure you stop immediately. And then afterwards, damn, that was good, huh? Or are you okay? Like, did I do too much? Yeah. How are you feeling?
Need feedback.
Yeah, is there something I need to improve on?
Mm-hmm.
Do you like it passionate or rough? Like, was I too rough? Things like that.
Right. And so with that...
can I also add this last part? Before, also, do not, shame or make your person feel a type of way about their kinks. Or not even just the kinks, just things that they like to be... that they find sexually pleasing.
Mm-hmm.
Like a man who might like it, like a heterosexual man who might like his ass ate, or men who like to be pegged,
gobble that shit up,
or men who like to be pegged, or
do what they need to do.
But I'm just saying, don't attach shame to, because they're already being vulnerable and sharing this information with you. So
in preparation for the projection.
So before, try not to make them feel shameful.
So two things, to respond to that. Okay, so I'm going to bring up another article. So from Happyful, and the topic was specifically, could applying kink principles to vanilla relationships make you happier? And I want to dive straight into one specific area where they talk about RAC and SSC and well-being within the kink community. So if you've ever ventured beyond the fluffy handcuffs and copies of 50 Shades of Grey at your local Ann Summers, and into the welcoming arms of your local online communities, you'll likely encounter terms SSC and RAC. These two main principles underpin many of the interactions within kink community, standing for safe, sane, and consensual, and risk-aware consensual kink. Each acts as a basic structure for negotiation relationship scenes and interactions, both sexual and non-sexual. So really with that, and it gives so much understanding of the kink community. So an inter-community, so a community within the sex community. So yeah, there's another community within our community, y'all. There's levels to this. And so immediately for me, because we're now acquiring better language and better models and perspectives to engage with so say we've introduced the new kink that, okay, consensual partner is that, yeah, let's try it out. Immediately for me with the safe, sane, and consensual, it's really focusing on those three things. Are we in a safe environment? Do you feel safe? Do I feel safe? Sane, even though, yes, some of us need that liquid courage or that element of release and relaxation is what I will call it. Make sure that you are still cognizant enough to advocate for yourself when necessary. And then, of course, above all things, that consistent consent. And then they also talked about how RAC is far more advanced for those that are true to this and not new to this, that would engage with that risk-aware consensual kink. Because again, as we know, as you dive into that sexual exploration in the kinks and the kink practices, like there's a lot of different things, and you gotta know what the hell you're doing, especially with the breath work. You said like the breath work, the breath work, breath play. Where this isn't Lamaze, we're not giving birth. But like all of those things, and so to the same effect. So giving the research base, but then now coming back with like, how would I want to experience it is number one, I'd like a plan. I'd like to have a visualization because this is, again, activating my theater background. Give me a fucking script and give me directions, Papa. Like, let me know stage left, dim light, ambient music set, and you laid across
that's not romantic.
But if you tell me what you want, you never know when it's going to happen. Right, but this is what the question is asking. But no, because it still adds to it. Because again, we've done our social research in the porn clips of seeing the different things, and you see all the things. Like it's more than just the actual act. I think I look at kinks as like the full-on experience that they put on, like the equipment that they use, the setting that they're in. Like y'all. The cellars and basements kind of weird me out sometimes. Like it's like okay, but I understand you get in where you fit in. Yeah, that's the space you got. That's the space you got. So I look at that, but then again, it's like number one, establishing that safe word. Number two, being very, very clear of your boundaries. Like, and then above all things, for me, pay attention to your partner. Like, don't be so all up in, oh yeah, this shit's so good. And you're not paying attention to the grimaces on their face. You're not paying attention to how the body is tense and tightening consistently. Yeah, it might be pleasurable in the moment, but I think about like, but why are you responding this way? Yeah. That's just me. That's just me. So all of those things, all the things, and that's it.
He said all the things. So what's something that we have tried that you really enjoy, and what could we improve on?
One thing that we did, right? So my man probably remembers it, but I two things that we've actually tried that I was like, yo, this shit is hot and I want to like keep going, but we haven't done it anymore. So one time we went to the movies and like I had to piss after the movie was over. My man had to piss when the movie was over. Someone decided to come to the stall with me. It's like, pull your dick out. I said, are we over there? What are we doing? What are we doing? I ain't never did this before. What are we doing? Pull your dick out. Okay. You know, things happen, but I mean, because it was my first time in that particular setting. Now, I've done exhibitionist settings, but it wasn't as well illuminated as that bathroom. So it was different for me in like my nerves, but like I still wanted to do it because I was with my partner and I felt comfortable and I trusted him. And I knew, like, bitch, if I'm going down, we going down. So, like, it is what it is. The second time was like, real, that the shit's caught me by fucking surprise. It's probably why he stopped doing it because I was a little shaky. We went out for our date night and went bowling. Went out to eat, went bowling. And coming back, with a little center console, bring that thing out. And started doing what he needed to do. And again, I was shocked. I was taken aback. I wasn't ready.
You was ready.
I stayed ready because it's my man. I'm always ready for him. But that had never happened for us before. So I was like, oh, hold on.
Girl.
Hold up, there's cops coming. There's cops right here. Just don't stop. Just yeah. So it was an experience. And it was like, yeah, I like that. But I think because of probably my responses, it was never revisited. But then also there was no conversation afterwards of like, and that's something that I do notice, like, we will try things, but we don't like, how was that? How did you enjoy it? And if we do, it's typically the same time. It was good. I enjoyed it because it wasn't, we don't focus specifically on the experimentation.
Talk about the movie one, because that's how you told me it was the first time doing something like that. And I was like, oh, my slutty ass.
I wasn't mad because but see, again, that was my first time doing that particular act in that particular environment, in that particular setting. But then also, I wasn't in control, so that was different for me too. Mm-hmm. Remember, dominance. I'm used to being the one to initiate, make it happen, having the consent, and then going for it. There wasn't a conversation. It was, pull your dick out. And I was like, okay. Mm-hmm. I ain't gonna miss this opportunity. So yeah.
For me, I think it was, I was living in Louisiana, he was living in Alabama. I can't remember. I think it was Valentine's. Because, you know, his birthday is real close to Valentine's Day. So, within that weekend, I had brought us the same underwear. I brought chocolate syrup, handcuffs, and the blindfold.
Yeah.
And so...
changed my life.
Yeah. He was a little hesitant with the blindfold. He didn't really like that much. So we started with it, but I think it came off eventually.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember. I think you were handcuffed.
I was, because you.
Yeah, I was in control.
You wanted to be in control. As always. Yeah. Oh, I thought you were going to talk about the other thing because, I had popped that cherry for you. But you sent me little pictures and videos.
Yeah, that too.
I love that shit. That's my man.
Yeah, I don't typically
I'm blessed
pictures
with all of him.
Mm-hmm.
Let me just tell you, that's all y'all need to know. I'm happy.
I was just like, ooh, sending news was not my thing because I was like, I had a terrible experience. Wasn't doing that again.
It ain't had no terrible experience.
Years. So,
literally with me.
And because we were long distance, I was like, I felt like it was necessary. At least to keep the fantasy.
Kept the fantasy going even as we moved together. And I loved it. Oh.
Yeah, I was still, but that was because he was out like away. We were away from each other, whether it was like business or something like that. Mm-hmm. So I was just,
I ain't mad at it.
And I like to take pictures. Like, I just like to take pictures, period.
Pictures that I like.
Not X-rated pictures, just pictures, period.
Some pictures I like.
So I don't mind for my men. Right. So we're going to move on. Too comfortable. So
I'm been comfortable. You see where my cup is? Where your cup at?
It's here. It's here. Yeah, because
this is cute.
This tequila is, So, we shake it up a little. Shake them a little.
Cocktail conversation.
So,
you did.
On with our tipsy talk.
Talk. What's our topic?
What you said we, what?
Where we pour up the truth and sip on the love. So what we're talking about with this tippy talk. Tip on hard with force.
So I want to talk about whether or not online dating is hindering or helping the dating world. Because we want to know if the online persona is blurring the lines between like fantasy versus reality.
Well, I think you answered the question even in the question. Because immediately I think it's both hindering and helping. I feel it's helping because it's expanding the dating pool. Because let's call a thing a thing. When I came out, I was living in Orangeburg, South Carolina. That doesn't even sound like it's a large population. It wasn't. It was a college town. You had two main colleges, two main universities, SC State University and Claflin University. I went to SC State. All the gay people were the same gay people as last year, the year before, and the year after. And then the DL, the trade, all that other stuff. Long story short, y'all end up dating the same people.
Yeah.
And so, online dating helps expand the dating pool. And then also your possibilities and probability of actually finding the person that's actually matching for you. It hinders because of the lack of authenticity and the lack of intentionality of why people are on there. Because unfortunately, specifically with Black queer or Black gay culture, let's call the thing a thing, we're looking for sex. 76% of the time, okay, maybe that's the reach. 64% of the time, people are looking for sex. Or they're looking for connection, but if sex happens, okay.
Yeah.
But people are looking for connection because at the end of the day, we already have a very, very small population as it is, and then we're all dispersed across the nation. So I can see that. So that's why I say it helps and it hinders with online dating. But it goes back to, again, what we've always been saying, our favorite C word, communication. Yeah. Communicate what the fuck you want. If you're on this online dating platform to find a fuck buddy, to find someone just to spend time with, and whatever happens after that happens, if you're intentional and focused, like, no, I want a man or I want my partner, say that. Because guess what? You're going to eventually, hopefully, find someone that's just as emphatic, just as impassioned, just as focused on that same goal as you.
I think that I agree that it does help. It helps and hinders. I want to say let's start with the hindrance. It hinders because I feel like people create these parasocial relationships of like, they don't want to go out anymore. They'd rather have online relationships, whether it's friendships or relationships, or trying to find that specifically online and having conversations. That's how we have the catfish, because people are comfortable dating online for so long and get comfortable with that until shit hits the fan. And then people find excuses of like anxiety or they're antisocial or, you know, all these other things of why they just can't go out and meet people. So they feel more comfortable doing it online. With the positives though, is that, like my man just stated, because we're all gay, I think they think gays are all over the place. That's why they think there's a gay agenda. But the gay dating pool is so small. Literally, if you go to a gay club on a Friday night, that's the whole gay community, right? Literally. The people who are not the gay club are the DLs and the trades and the gay people who don't like being around other gay people, which is a few.
So in other words, that is the dating pool.
Right.
The eligible dating pool.
It's so small. And so once you had a taste of everybody, you're like, what else is out there? So you have to branch out that 10, 15, 30 mile radius from where you stay, because everybody had a taste of everybody in your city. So I think that's where, but I think where people gravitate when it comes to dating is communication within itself. So we all know, let's just throw some apps out there. We all know that Jack is for all the blacks. Grinders is for the whites and others. We know that the Scruffs, Adam for Adam, all those
Sniffies now. There's a whole bunch of shit.
Well, Sniffies. So we know that there's a wide variety of hookup apps. So if you're going on a hookup app, but you want, that was me though. That was me going on a hookup app, but you just want to form, like what this man said, you just want to have connection. You want to find somebody that you can just have good communication with, good conversation with, somebody who's a vibe. Sometimes you do want to just find friends, like you're new to the area, you want to find gay friends, and you know Jack is going to be where all the gays are. Yeah. So it's a quick way to find all the gays, but you don't want to hook up. You just want to have conversation. You just want to experience the city, and you just want to get a feel. So what I will say is sometimes if you do go on those hookup apps, you have to kind of transition that conversation onto a different app, because you know that this app specifically is hookup. So we need to move this to something else. So whether I'm not giving you my phone number, I'm so sorry. We can move this to Snapchat, which is a whole different topic. We can move this to Snapchat. We can move this to Instagram or Twitter, because I feel like once you move that from the hookup app, we're making this more
a different space.
It's a different space to be more personable and not horny.
Yeah.
So it's just like, I feel like once you enter this atmosphere of sex and you're expected to find love,
folks lock
a lot of things is going to be conflated and miscommunicated and all kind of other stuff, because it's like, Then the other person like, well, why are you here? Since, I'm feeling the vibe, I'm feeling this, and I'm thinking within our gay culture, sometimes people want to Netflix and chill. So if somebody invites you over, let's watch a movie, and then they dick fall in your mouth, you can't be surprised because we've been communicating on this hookup app this whole time. And but sometimes
how physically and not the gravitational pulling one's dick can fall into one's mouth is still beyond me because you're both sitting up vertically.
Because, that person...
But it fell in your mouth.
Right, they get comfortable. Hey, you want to smoke? You want to drink?
So your head fell in their lap?
Yeah, you get comfortable.
Or did they stand up and then trip and fall and haphazardly their pants fell down?
Some people listen to their bodies and they know what they want.
The dick fell in your mouth.
Some people know what they want. And
I'm just going off of the
especially if you meet them in person.
Yeah.
A lot of men are just horny.
You don't say.
Horny individual. Proximity to somebody,
to an extent,
your body might react, especially if you're sexually attracted to them.
Very much so. And to an extent, it is. I'm not going to say that because then people will use it as a cop out. But science has proven that men are wired to procreate.
Mm-hmm.
Bi, queer, whatever identity that you align with, that's just in our genetic rhythm.
Mm-hmm.
You got to still find balance in that and understand genetic rhythm, but then also not even social constructs like time and place. Sorry.
But I agree. That's why I say that's why we also need to bring back dating, like going on dates.
But how do you bring something back that many have not experienced? So that's why it's faded out. Because how many gay people have actually gone on a date?
Communication. That's what I said. But that's why I said we need to normalize and we need to bring that back because I feel like that has been lost. Chivalry lost. Dating lost. Of course, some people are persistent. If they see somebody back then, you had to approach somebody. Mm-hmm. Can I get your number? Is that the third?
Well, go finish.
But I said now because we're strictly virtual, it's like we're not having those conversations of can I take you out on a date? It's more of can we like I said, Netflix and chill.
Yeah.
And then that leads to something sexual, and then with that whole sexual experience, it either leads to okay, we're not sexually compatible and I'm moving on to the next thing, or we're going to keep humping until this comes into something else.
Yeah.
We don't go on dates. A lot of the time.
And again, it goes back to what I said, think about it. When we look at the social constructs, when we have the conversation with our parents or the parents have the conversation with us about birds and bees, it is always heteronormative. It is always, when you find someone that you like, you need to get to know them. You need to have conversation. You need to take them out on dates. Gay people don't have that conversation. When did your mama have a conversation with you about when you find a guy that you like? No, right? Because I know my parents definitely did not have no conversation about if I find a guy. It was always associated or focused on when I find a girl. And then still in the same space, yes, I have that teaching, I have that cultural understanding, but when that culture does not align with the cultural identity that I exist in, I either try to indoctrinate and merge the two, or I go off and create my own. And unfortunately, a lot of us have gone, I don't want to say it's unfortunate, the creativity and innovation that our community possesses pushes us to go and create our own, because we also got to think about how many of our community have come from either families, walks of life that did not talk about sex, or specifically did not provide any type of healthy infrastructure for homosexual or non-heteronormative sexual engagement.
A lot of times, what I've noticed, it happened, it is backwards.
Yeah.
So we have the sex and then we go on the dates. Once we're in relationships though. Once we're in relationships, then we're going to the movies, we're going on nature walks, we're doing this, that, and the third. And that's within the younger folks, for sure. I know, with finding myself, a lot of times, I'm doing hook up. And then once I find my man, me and my man are going to do all of these things.
Yeah.
I don't go on dates with the hookups. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, that's what I'm saying. The people who go on Jack to find friends and go to find relationships, that's why I need you to take that conversation and move it
elsewhere.
Because just being in this presence,
it's a sexual space.
This space, you're giving off this impression that
eventually this is going to get to sex.
Or that I'm also here for that just in case. You know, I'm here for this and that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We don't want to give that. We want to be we want to communicate that this is our intentions, and whoever comes in, they say, okay, I read. A lot of people don't read your profile. They just look at the picture. But if you make it clear, hey, I'm just here for this, then they're gone.
Yeah.
And whoever stays, okay, can we move this to elsewhere, here?
Yeah.
Because I don't want those lines to be blurred. You know what I'm saying? And so that's why I say you staying in this space is also giving this unconceived notion that I'm also here for this.
Oh, definitely.
Like I'm open to this as well.
But I think it still starts with the initial intention. What did you go into those apps for in the first place? Sex or connection? If you're going, because my thing is, again, I can only say in the realm of Jack because that's what I was most familiar with at that time. Like, at the end of the day, I know I know the bullshit that I'm going to receive on Jack. And I know if I know the bullshit I'm going to receive on Jack, even though I know why I'm present on Jack. And then I also know from my past experiences that far and few between will I find individuals that are in the same alignment as me. I'm going to a fishing pond. I'm going to a pond fishing for shark, even though, well, some people do because shark steak is really delicious. Like, I'm going to a pond fishing for shark, but I'm upset because I keep ending up with salmon and tuna. You're in the wrong location. You're at the wrong source or body of water. You need to shift. And I think, so that's why I do see the benefit of online dating, because it gives you exposure to all the different opportunities that exist. However, it's also being very, very clear that you have to start off with is your intention, and then also like your desire. What do you want out of this?
I would say, what was I going to say? I think a lot of people also have trouble with the dating aspect because we're all men. And so sometimes it's like we're trying to figure out who's supposed to ask who, who's supposed to pay. And, you know, when those questions come into effect, it's just like, I feel like we should be more focused on how does this person make me feel? And if I want to engage with this person again, or if I want to consider another date with this person again, no matter who pays and no matter who invites whom, I feel like if you feel comfortable with this person and you want to get to know them more, then you should take that. Even if they haven't made that step, you should at least say it. Whether you're femme or masculine. Because I feel like women are now taking the step to say, I like you. Can I have your number? Can we go here? Would you like to go on a coffee date? You know what I'm saying? If women can do it, film presenting men, you can do it as well. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's not, we don't have to, and I think that's the beautiful thing about being LGBTQ, because you don't have to conform to those gender roles and all the heteronormative things that men would typically do. There's leisure in taking the role of saying exactly what it is that you want, taking advantage of the opportunity, and being okay with rejection. I think that's also another thing. A lot of people are scared of rejection. So that's why they rather do it online than in person, because you can just block that person and you don't have to deal with it. You know what I'm saying? Instead of having your feelings hurt after the first date, and then having that long drive home, or, you know, sitting in those emotions. So, like, a lot of people are, that's why, like I said, a lot of people catfish. Or a lot of people like those, back then it was What was it?
What?
Emu?
Emu?
Mm-hmm. Wait, like the Roblox?
Yeah, IMU, right?
IMU, I think that's what it was, where you can just create your avatar.
Yeah, and then different sceneries and yeah. Mm-hmm.
So people felt comfortable in those different worlds because you don't have to show your physical self, but you can still kind of be yourself. And so if you're rejected within that space, it's okay, like I said, because you can easily remove yourself from it, or you can easily block out those individuals.
Yeah.
No, those individuals. But you don't want to experience that in real life and in person. And I feel like we just need to get past that rejection and that hurt. And then we can get past that and just embrace who we are, know what we want. Because I think if you are confident in who you are and know what you want, that's going to attract so many people. Mm-hmm. And so many people are some people are confused on like, oh, they look like this, how they're pulling this, that, and the third, or, you know, they don't make this much money, but they got this, that, and the third. And it's because they walk with confidence. They walk with intention. They know when they step into a room that you have no choice but to look at them because they command the room. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And that's where I want because a lot of gay people, they do walk into the club like that, but they don't carry themselves like
in
that.
Life. Yeah.
They don't, once it stops within that space, the club. And once they leave that gay space and goes out into the world, it's a whole different thing. Mm-hmm. So
I wanted to bring up stuff like, you got to be clear of what you want. You got to be clear of your why. Why are you present on those apps? Why are you present in those spaces? But then also very clear of who are you? What do you like? What don't you like? And being okay with communicating and existing in those spaces where people may not align with it. Because at the end of the day, no one can yuck your yum but you.
That part. And on that note, I want to thank y'all for watching this episode. Absolutely. Make sure you follow us on all of our social medias. We have the TikTok, the Instagram, and Facebook.
And to keep the convos going and the drinks still flowing, continue to like and subscribe on our various podcast platforms, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, as well as Apple Music, iHeartRadio, and then, of course, YouTube, because we're visual now. And if no one's told you today, I love you, we love you, and let's keep sipping on love.